Sorry about that last video. Someone came knocking on the door and I had to make a sale. I sold a tool chest. All right, so this is Valero. We just went over that. Let me get my piece of paper. This one looks pretty decent. I like it. It's holding the 50. It's gonna report pretty soon. Oil's been on a tear, so I don't see why they shouldn't report anything nice. And then we should see a breakout of maybe 77, looking for 84. I mean, Sunoco is on all cylinders. It's bullish, 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 bullish. However, look for resistance at 34. So I wouldn't want to get anywhere close to this until after it shows me what it's going to do at the 34 mark. If it can hold the 34, because look, we're getting extended. We just kind of broke out right here at the 33, 30, and we're what, $1 above that. So I would say look for the 34.09, maybe a look above and fail, come back to the 30, maybe about 33, and then if it holds that, look for it to break back above the 34, and I'd want to hold the 34. As long as it can hold the 34, I'd be confident that it would attempt to try to start going to 40, but it needs to hold that 34. That's something that maybe next week I'll look at that. Right here, when it hit the 20, was that would have been nice at the 31, but it's only $2. So it's not like it's a huge difference. Yeah. And the other thing with Sunoco, right? Let's look at Sunoco. The one thing that's impressive with this over everything, because the oil market, if you've watched the pre-video to this, the oil market's been hammered over the last 3 weeks. I mean, it was a strategic being hammered because it was at the marks that it hadn't been in years. However, a lot of selling, getting the weak hands out, looking for a bigger move. But the entire time that oil's had its little playing games manipulation, this has consistently gone higher. Consistently gone higher. We looked at the 50 here, and then right here. This is what I'm saying. I would look out because we've gotten a little extended right here. So kind of look for it to maybe retest the 50, come back, bounce off the 409, come test the 50, and then say la vie. BP, British Petroleum. The 27th, I really have to wait to see on these. I mean, it looks decent, but you're having gaps. I mean, this is a really gappy stock. Like, if you can see it, there's lots of gaps in this. So you be careful. Be careful. What was this at 3 years ago? Yeah, so you have potential of getting to 47. I mean, before pandemic, you're at, this is British Petroleum, so that makes sense. You were at the 39 mark, and now you're at 25. So it's you're gonna have to show me something on, because if you look at the weekly chart, it basically bounced off the 100 week and then got rejected. It's finding support, but again, you're gonna have to show me what you're gonna do after your earnings. I don't want to hold that into earnings. Oh, this is looking pretty good. It's holding the 100 on the weekly. Let's look at the daily. Oh, yeah. It's a very small stock. I mean, it's only $20, $25, but that looks pretty decent. Earnings on 430. Remember, this is a European stock, so just be easy. But this looks beautiful. It looks like it. We had our 100 on February 2nd, and then since then, boom. I would say, you know, it's holding. This is probably the 30 day moving average because the green one's a 20. But whatever average it's holding, it's holding. So let's go like here. Yeah, see? Right here. Right here. Yeah, it's following this trend line right here. Wherever the trend line is from, it's pretty much following it to the T. So if it can hold the trend line I just created, then look for it to just keep on riding up. I like this one for longevity. It's gonna be really cheap because it's only a $25 stock. So the options on this are gonna be really cheap to go out really far. So I'd want to go with this one. I wouldn't even do them. Well, let's just look. See, even the August. Let's look at our chart again. Let's go like this. Find us a target. Yeah, it's playing that perfectly. Triple. It's about to break out. I'm glad we looked at this. 26. I'd say 26 is a good number. Let's not go out 125 days. We'll go June, 61 days. See, the 26 would cost you what, 130 divided by 60, about 70 cents. So less than $1. And you're at the 25s, which is 18 cents away. So yeah, you're basically paying for it to be at 126. Our target would be 26.95, so that would give you $1 profit. So I'm basically a 1-for-1. I like it. I don't know if you understand my math, but you have to understand intrinsic value, extrinsic value, and all that. I'll have to make a class for that. June 25, approximately 70 cents. All right, on to the next one. Total, no, no. This does not look very good. If it can break above the 50, maybe, but this more looks like it's about to head down. I mean, it's holding kind of, but it's not something we're interested in at the moment. Keep it moving. KMI. I played this a few times. I should have stayed in. Man, I actually I think I do have some positions, but I had an option. This is beautiful. I mean, this has really been all sectors on since February, since it hit the 14. Well, it went up to 16, got crashed, and then since then it's just been going straight up. This is another one. While the oil market's been playing around, this has gone straight up because the oil market basically hit its high right here, and then it crashed on everybody. Oh no, it was probably like right around here. These are days, a lot longer. Right around here, oil crashed, and then since then, this has just been straight up. Conference call, 421. I would let's see something. I see it heading to these numbers quick. See, it just broke out. Yeah, this. I might want to get more of KMI. Hold on. Super cheap options. This is 60 days out. We're looking at, this is literally, see, this is 60 days. Looking at 17s for $40. Yeah, you can't, yeah. I like this better than the other one because this is really cheap. My goodness, this is. The only reason I'm saying this is we're looking like we're going to consolidate, and we could probably head up to at least touch this 1797 right here, right? That's where I'm basing everything off of, which is 1797. We're buying the 17s for 40 cents. With if it hits the 1797, that's what 57 cents in of profit. So it's a double up. It's just a lot smaller. It's only a quick $80, $90, but double up nonetheless. It's not costing us much money to do it. MMP. Um, this is most definitely not a stock. Um, I didn't get this. This is not in a portfolio for any other reason, just to hold. Like it pays great dividends, but it does look like it could break out. Right, so it's top, top, top. We're consolidating. It's getting higher. It looks like it want to break to the 49. We have our huge resistance right here, which is the 100. Remember, we're on the weekly. Um, but it's holding the 50. See what happens to it after it hits the 100. If it can hit that whole 100 and keep on going, this is most definitely a buy. Um, 429. I mean, because this is just a pipeline, and they're mostly just paid. As long as oil is flowing, they're getting paid. So they've probably been able to increase their rates a little bit, just for the simple fact that oil's been on a tear. So I would expect this company to be doing pretty well and pay a decent dividend, and will at least have decent earnings, right? And if they have decent earnings, this will be probably next week or the week after that. We'll come look at this, and then I'll probably want to get in something there. Exxon Mobil. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of on all cylinders. Since November, it has doubled. Um, Earnings are coming out pretty soon, which could really take this bad boy off. The high of this little section was the 11th, which is right around the time when oil crashed, so that makes sense. We're looking into a squeeze. I just say be careful with earnings coming up. Royal Dutch Shell. Yeah, it's holding the 100, but it's getting rejected by the 50. Just be careful. Chevron is kind of like Exxon a little bit. It dipped, but we're getting closer to the 100 or the 50. If it can hold that 50 again, all this has to do with the earnings. This is on the 30th, which is 12 days from now. I would have to recheck on these. But if so far we have VLL potential, E potential, and KMI. So we found 3 of them out of 10. That's not that bad. And if you watch the other classes or the other little snippets, we have Moss 1, VLL 2, E3, KMI 4, T Rowe Price 5, and Northern Trust 6. And follow along for the next video.